Hey guys, what's up? It's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another true crime video here on my YouTube channel. As you guys can tell by the visual here, we are in a totally different setup. I am currently in the process of moving. I moved up to Los Angeles for the month, and while I'm here, I'm still trying to navigate how the whole filming process is going to work and setting up a proper setup. I literally just moved in a couple days ago, so that has not happened yet, but this will not be the normal setup as we continue. This is going to completely change by next week, but this is what we're working with for this week. Now, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, today we are talking about the case of Tristyn Bailey. Now, you guys more than likely have heard Tristyn Bailey's name in the media over the past month or so. Tristyn Bailey's case has completely taken over the true crime world and really the country. I've seen Tristyn's case everywhere. You guys have tagged me in Tristyn's case so many times, and this one is a really hard one because I have been wanting to cover her case ever since you guys first started sending it to me. But the deal with Tristyn's case is that there's still so many new developments happening every single day that I really kind of wanted to wait on actually covering it so I could get a decent amount of information in here. And even when we go through her case, by the end of it, you're going to be wanting more answers, just as I was when I was researching it. While I was researching it, I kept finding myself being like, okay, where does this all connect? And I'm really interested to see where you guys stand on it as well. So with that being said, let's jump right on into it today. Tristyn Bailey was a 13-year-old girl living in Jacksonville, Florida. Tristyn was one of 5 siblings to her parents, Forrest Bailey and Stacy Bailey. It was very clear when doing my research on Tristyn that she was absolutely adored by so many people. Tristyn's sister described her as being someone that always made her presence known. She had a contagious laugh and a beautiful smile, and Tristyn is known as a firecracker. She was incredibly passionate about her cheerleading team, and there was something that she said in regards to cheer that always stuck with everyone that knew her, and that saying was, "That's my squad. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us because we're family." And every time I read that or see that, I literally get the chills. I just did it again because it is a very clear testament to how Tristyn views her close circle. Tristyn was known as being very fiery and very passionate. Her mother describes it as her always wanting to be the center of attention. She always wanted to be front and center on everything. And along with that, Tristyn was very passionate about achieving whatever goal she ever set her mind to. If Tristyn wanted to do something, she would do everything in her power to make sure she got it done. Tristyn always was willing to give 100% to any goal that she had, and Tristyn was only in 7th grade, attending Patriot Oaks Academy, which is located in St. John's, Florida. Now, Tristyn went missing on the early morning hours of May 9th, 2021. So we're talking just a little over a month ago by this point. The last time Tristyn's family remembers seeing her was just at midnight on the early morning hours of May 9th again. And when they woke up that following morning, Tristyn was nowhere to be found. She wasn't in her bedroom. She wasn't in her bed. She was nowhere in the house. And after frantically searching, Tristyn's family decided to call 911 to report Tristyn as a missing person at about 10 a.m. on May 9th. And just for the record, May 9th was a Sunday, so it wasn't like Tristyn had to go to school or had any sort of obligation that morning. She simply just vanished. Now, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office immediately jumped on Tristyn's case and posted a Facebook post just an hour after she was reported missing, asking if anyone had any information regarding Tristyn's disappearance to come forward. However, in terms of effectiveness of this Facebook post, there was no one that came forward regarding Tristyn's disappearance. However, this did get a lot of media exposure on Tristyn's case. Now, along with that, authorities also started searching all throughout the surrounding areas. They searched all throughout the area surrounding Tristyn's home. They went to her school and searched around there. They really just tried to hone in on the places that Tristyn may have possibly gone to, places that she was really familiar with, and started searching around those areas. And once the community heard that Tristyn was missing, you gotta remember, this is a 13-year-old girl that goes missing. In a community as tight-knit as Tristyn's, when they heard that a 13-year-old girl went missing, everyone came out to start searching. By 4 p.m. on May 9th, the community really gathered together and started doing their own search. However, unfortunately, this led to nothing as well. And again, no one knew how this happened. Tristyn was in her house at one moment, and then the next moment she wasn't. She didn't tell anyone where she was going. None of her siblings or her friends knew that she was planning on leaving the house that night, and no one knew where she possibly could have gone if she left. And it was very quick, very clear that this also was not the case of a runaway. Tristyn had no reason to run away. She was such a happy girl. She loved her cheer squad. She loved her friends. She loved her family. She was not going to run away. And unlike other cases that we've seen in the past, the police actually did not treat this as a runaway case at all. We've seen a lot of cases where police have been quick to jump saying that this was a runaway. However, that was not even a consideration in Tristyn's case. Now, on May 9th, the same day that she was reported missing at about 6:00 p.m., there was a man who went out to do his own search. He had heard about the case and decided to go out and search for himself, and he decided to walk through a small wooded area east of a cul-de-sac near his house on Saddlestone Drive. And when he started walking through this wooded area, he stumbled across a body. Now, this body had been absolutely mutilated, and when he discovered it, he immediately called 911, and when authorities arrived on the scene, they were able to confirm that this was, in fact, the body of 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey. After an autopsy was conducted, the medical examiner concluded that Tristyn's cause of death was stabbing by homicide. Tristyn Bailey had been stabbed a total of 114 times. Let me say that again. 114 times Tristyn was stabbed. And the medical examiner concluded that 49 of those stab wounds were on her hands, her arms, and her head, indicating that they were defensive wounds. So Tristyn was trying to defend herself for 49 of those stabs out of the 114. This attack was so vicious that the medical examiner actually ended up finding a piece of the knife that was assumed to be the murder weapon inside Tristyn's head. Now, obviously at this point, once the media got word that Tristyn's body had been discovered and the state and condition that it was found in, everyone went to full-on panic mode, because who is possibly capable of stabbing a 13-year-old girl 114 times? It's unheard of. And so obviously it drove everyone into panic mode. And stabbing someone 114 times is 100% a crime of passion. Typically, when someone's cause of death is by a stab wound, stabbing someone is a lot more personal than, let's say, shooting someone. There has to be a lot of anger behind stabbing someone, which we have talked about here many, many times. But 114 times, that is, again, unheard of. Now, at this point, authorities were trying to do everything that they could to track down who could have done this to Tristyn. And one of the first things that they decided to do was they decided to send a dive team down into the pond right where Tristyn's body was discovered. Now, the dive team actually found a knife that was believed to be the murder weapon in the pond. So now they had the potential murder weapon, and along with that, they were doing everything else that they could to search through the surrounding areas to see if they could pick up any other pieces of evidence. And this is where they kind of hit the jackpot, because when they were doing this, they decided to look at security camera footage. Now, near where Tristyn's body was discovered, there was a rec center, essentially. And this rec center had security camera footage. Now, it wasn't the inside of the rec center, it was the outside, and it was pointing towards the street. And when authorities went through and looked at the security camera footage, they discovered that at 1:45 a.m. on May 9th, there were two teenagers walking. Now, these two teenagers were walking east on Saddlestone Drive, which is right where Tristyn's body was discovered, and one of the teenagers in the video matched Tristyn's description perfectly, leading police to believe that that in fact was Tristyn in her very final moments of living. Now, again, that was at 1:45 a.m. and then at 3:27 a.m., so just a couple hours later, only one of the teenagers is seen walking back, and it was not Tristyn. Tristyn was nowhere to be found. However, the person that she was walking with before is now walking back by themselves, holding a pair of shoes in their hand. And after doing some digging and doing some searching, it did not take long for authorities to figure out that the other person in the video with Tristyn is 14-year-old Aiden Fucci. There are a lot of different things that can make your workouts hard, but your socks shouldn't. That's why Bombas Performance Socks are built to be nothing but comfortable and supportive. Bombas Performance Socks have taken all the amazing innovations that make Bombas the most comfortable socks you've ever worn and added their special Hex Tech performance technology. Bombas Performance Socks are stitched with special moisture-wicking yarn and temperature-regulating vents that allow cool air to flow in and prevent overheating. They come with a pillow-like tab to save you from blisters, stay-up technology, a special arch-hugging support system, and an extra layer of cushiony comfort on the bottom for the perfect amount of support. With different styles for every sport and specific design features to help you optimize performance, you'll be comfortable no matter what you're doing. Plus, for every pair of Bombas Performance Socks you buy, they donate a pair to someone in need. They've donated over 45 million pairs so far. And if you're searching for the perfect thing for mom for Mother's Day, the Bombas Mother's Day collection has comfy gifts like wonderful wildwear socks, ready-to-gift sock boxes, and performance socks with gift bags. I absolutely love Bombas socks, you guys. I've really been wearing them for years, and my entire family has been wearing them as well. My dad was actually the one that got me hooked on them, and ever since then, a couple years ago, they are all I wear. They are so comfortable, and I wear them all the time when I'm working out. But they're also great for just everyday lifestyle wear as well. So if you guys want to try out Bombas, you can go to bombas.com/killer today and get 20% off your first order. That's BOMBAS, bombas.com/killer for 20% off. Bombas.com/killer. Fun fact, did you know that most home remedies and over-the-counter acne products won't work? And even worse, they can really damage your skin? Personally, during the times that I've struggled with breakouts, I've heard some pretty terrible advice. I've been told to put toothpaste on the breakout or to even dunk my face in hot water. Neither of which work, by the way. But you know what actually does work? Prescription treatments. That's why we're excited to partner with Apostrophe. Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. Apostrophe connects you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin goals and medical history, snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will create your customized treatment plan. My personal skincare goals include reducing redness and texturization of my skin. Having clear skin helps with my self-confidence, so having a solid skincare routine has been crucial for me, which is why I'm so happy I found Apostrophe. It's so nice to know that a real dermatologist is helping craft my skincare plan. Right now, if you want to try Apostrophe, I have a special deal for you. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/killer when you use our code KILLER. To get started, go to apostrophe.com/killer and click Begin Visit, then use our code KILLER at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/killer and use that code KILLER to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Are you unhappy with your smile? Well, you don't have to be. Thousands of people have used Candid, the clear, comfortable, removable, and practically invisible aligners to help straighten their teeth, and now they love their smile. Just like Justin M. from Atlanta, Georgia, who said, "When I was younger, I used to have a gap in the front and on the side. I noticed that people would always look at my mouth first, so I was looking for a fix. Candid ended up being the perfect company for me. You can't stop me from smiling now. There's no comparison. And Candid is here to help straighten your teeth so you can fall in love with your smile too. Your treatment is prescribed and closely monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in tooth movement. You'll have the same quality of care you'd get from an in-office orthodontist from the comfort and convenience of your own home. And while other companies use general dentists, Candid only works with orthodontists. With Candid, the same orthodontist who created your plan is with you from start to finish, so you you never have to wonder how you're doing. The average Candid treatment is just 6 months. You'll start seeing results way before then, and it costs thousands less than traditional braces. Now, when it comes to my own teeth straightening journey, I am someone who did have to have braces and a retainer and the whole 9 yards. I had braces for years and remember always having to go to the orthodontist office, get the braces fixed, tightened, all of those things. And if I had Candid in my life at that time, everything would have been so much easier. So much so that now I recommend Candid to everyone that I know who is going through their own smile journey and their own teeth straightening journey. Become your best you. Start straightening your teeth today. Right now, you can save $75 on Candid's starter kit. Go to candidco.com/killer and use code KILLER. That's candidco.com/killer, code KILLER. Take advantage of this limited time offer to save $75 on your starter kit. candidco.com/killer, code KILLER. All right, I want to talk to you guys about Uncommon Goods. At Uncommon Goods, you can discover unique gifts created by independent makers that you are going to love. Honestly, you just have to check it out. It's an online shop filled with unique, totally unexpected gifts. And when I say unexpected, I mean truly original things that you won't find anywhere else. And with Father's Day coming up on June 20th, which by the way, do not forget, now is the perfect time to check out the site. Here's a few of our favorite gifts that we found on their site. They have a murder mystery jigsaw puzzle, which of course, as you can imagine, is probably my favorite one on there. But they also have a raindrop cake, which is a molecular gastronomy kit, a swivel and store cribbage board, B-Ropoly, and you can infuse your booze cocktail kit. These are just some of the incredibly unique gift ideas that Uncommon Goods has. I know for my dad, I'm going to be getting him the Infuse Your Booze cocktail kit. Me and him always love to make drinks together, and it's a great, great way for us to bond. Now, Uncommon Goods is a place to go for thoughtful, original gifts for everyone in your life. When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. They do not sell products made with leather, feathers, or fur. It's a Brooklyn-based company that's all about giving back. With every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2.5 million to date. That's absolutely insane. Now, you guys can get 15% off your next gift by going to uncommongoods.com/killer. That's uncommongoods.com/killer for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we are all out of the ordinary. Now, who is Aiden Fucci, you might be asking? Like I said, Aiden is a 14-year-old boy who also attended Patriot Oaks Academy with Tristyn, and the two of them grew up in the same neighborhood, so they were definitely familiar with each other, regardless of what their actual relationship was. Because according to authorities, they don't really know what their relationship was. I'm sure that they know a little bit more than they're letting on. However, they said over the course of this investigation, they've been trying to evaluate on what their real relationship looked like. Now, on May 10th, so just the day after Tristyn's body was discovered and the same day that she was reported missing, authorities went to Aiden's house to ask him some questions. And this is where the infamous Snapchat picture comes into play. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, while Aiden was in the back of the police car, mind you, he was not arrested at this point, which is why he was uncuffed and had his phone. He ended up taking a Snapchat picture on his phone and captioned it, "Hey guys, has anybody seen Tristyn lately?" Which I have some definite things to say about that Snapchat picture, which we will get into at the end. However, when authorities spoke with Aiden, they said that his story changed multiple times. At first, he told authorities that he was with Tristyn and the two of them were talking, but they got in a fight, and so he ended up pushing her and she hit her head. However, never confessed to ever actually injuring her or killing her. But then he would go back on that and say that they didn't get in a fight, and then he would say that he didn't see Tristyn at all. So it was all very confusing, and he had been consistently changing his story. Now, along with that, just to incriminate him even more and to further prove that it was him in the surveillance footage, authorities found the clothes that Aiden was wearing in his bedroom when they searched his house, which just further indicates that it was in fact him who was with Tristyn when she went missing. Now, when authorities got the search warrant for the house and found the pants, they actually tested those pants, and those pants tested positive when they were sent off to the forensics lab for having blood on them. And not only that, when they searched his house, the bathroom sink also came back positive for having the presence of blood. Now let's talk about the reason as to why the sink had blood in it. And this all comes back to Aiden's mother, 35-year-old Crystal Smith. Now Aiden's mother actually went into his room, grabbed the pair of jeans that he was seen wearing on the surveillance footage that had blood on them, and washed them in the sink. Now you might be asking, how do we know this? And we know this because she actually confessed to it. This past Saturday, the 5th of June, Crystal Smith confessed to authorities about washing the blood-soaked pants. Now, what we know is that after authorities initially went and spoke with Aiden and took him away in that police car, which is where the Snapchat picture happened, Aiden's mother went into his bedroom, found the pants, and washed them herself in the bathroom sink. And then after that, she folded the pants and put them back where they originally were, trying to indicate that there was nothing suspicious going on. Now, Crystal has actually been charged for tampering with evidence for this. However, she was released on a $25,000 bond less than 2 hours after she was booked. Now, here is another mind-blowing factor in this case, because according to some people that knew Aiden at school, according to some of his friends, Aiden had actually told them several days prior to this murder that he wanted to kill someone. He said that he was planning on murdering someone. However, he never stated to his friends who this actually was. However, he did say that he was going to take someone in the woods and stab them, which essentially is exactly what happened here. Now, do we know 1,000% whether or not Aiden had already made up his mind that that person and that victim was going to be Tristyn? We don't know that yet. And I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about his friends, because when you're in that situation, I think it is a little difficult to determine whether or not someone is being serious or kidding. And while this is not a joking matter whatsoever, and even joking about taking someone into the woods and killing them is not funny, if one of your friends were to say that, would you report them? Would you tell someone? I mean, obviously, I'm sure that they wish they did now. However, of course, it is too late. However, because Aiden told his friends that this was his plan, it completely makes this premeditated. He had been planning this for a while now, at least a couple days. Now, initially, Aiden was charged as a juvenile for second-degree murder. He appeared in court for the first time on May 11th, 2021 via Zoom for a detention hearing, where the circuit judge ordered that he was going to be in the custody of the Department of Juvenile Justice for the next 21 days. However, this all changed on May 27th because a grand jury actually decided to up his charge to first-degree premeditated murder, which I think was 100% the right decision. And in giving someone a charge like that, you're automatically trying them as an adult. So even though Aiden is 14 years old, he is going to be tried as an adult in this. And if he is found guilty, then he will most likely spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, again, what's so frustrating about this case is that it all leads back to why. Why did Aiden do this? Obviously, there would be no reasonable explanation whatsoever, but what was his motive? Did he just want to kill someone and Tristyn just happened to be that person? Or was there actually some sort of motive that he had to murder Tristyn? And again, what was their relationship like? Obviously, they went to the same school together, they grew up in the same neighborhood, but did Tristyn maybe reject Aiden? Was there something that happened where they got into a fight and Aiden lashed out at Tristyn? What did Aiden tell Tristyn to get her out of the house that night? And again, when Aiden spoke to his friends, he said he wanted to kill someone, so was it always Tristyn? Now, again, I think authorities and law enforcement do have a lot more information than they are releasing, and I think that that is a good thing, and I think that that is to benefit the integrity of this trial. Now, Aiden has pled not guilty to first-degree murder. However, there is a lot of incriminating evidence against him, and I think it's going to be really, really difficult for a defense attorney to prove that Aiden is not guilty in this. And I think as the trial unfolds, a lot of our questions as viewers of this case are going to be answered because a lot more information is going to be released. And as of right now, there is a pre-trial date set at July 28th. So just next month. And after that, I think we will have more information that unfolds about how this is all going to go down. Now, authorities and the prosecution believe that their case against Aiden is incredibly strong. Not only is Aiden the last known person to be seen with Tristyn, the murder weapon, which was the knife, was found in the pond that was right near Aiden's house. Where Tristyn's body was discovered was only 0.3 miles from where Aiden lives. And along with that, the blood-soaked jeans and the blood in his sink, and him saying that he wanted to murder someone by stabbing them and bringing them into the woods. And not only that, that Snapchat picture is incredibly incriminating. Authorities believe that that Snapchat picture was posted as a more condescending, narcissistic post. Aiden wanted everyone to know what was going on. He sent it in the back of a police car, and he knew exactly what had happened to Tristyn. He knew exactly where Tristyn was, and in authorities' minds, he wanted to show off what he had done. It'll be interesting to see where Crystal Smith, his mother, being charged with tampering of evidence, will play into her son's not guilty plea, because she literally confessed to washing blood out of his pants. The same pants that he was seen wearing while he was walking with Tristyn in her last several hours of life. Now, what I want to hear from you guys, along with any other comments that you may have, is do you believe that a 14-year-old should get life in prison? I know we have discussed this before. I know we've talked about it in the Maddie Clifton case, and I know you guys had some differing opinions. Now, if you would like to hear, my opinion, if someone is capable of stabbing someone 114 times, that is an unheard of amount. And personally, I don't believe that that person should ever be in public again. If someone at 14 years old is capable of stabbing someone 114 times, it just makes me wonder when they get released, if let's say that's 20 years, 30 years, something like that, 10 years even, if they get released, what are they going to be capable of then when they have access to more as an adult? So personally, I think Aiden Fucci should be in prison for the rest of his life. I don't think he deserves any sort of accommodation here, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. All right, you guys, that is going to be all for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in to another true crime video here on my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Savannah. I make videos a couple times a week. You should subscribe and join the family. I love you guys so much. I'll be back in a couple days with a brand new one. Stay safe, guys.